The Chateau Marmont isn't just a hotel, it's a legend. Perched above the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, this Gothic castle has witnessed nearly a century of fame, scandal, heartbreak, and death. Celebrities, writers, and rock stars have all passed through its heavy doors, seeking privacy from the public eye. But what many don't realize is that the Chateau Marmont is also one of Hollywood's most haunted places, a place where the line between glamour and ghost stories blurs into something truly eerie. From mysterious noises in empty rooms to ghostly sightings of famous stars long dead, the Chateau Marmont has become the setting for countless tales of the supernatural. Behind its ivy-covered walls lies a darker truth, that fame, tragedy, and energy never really leave this building. They just linger, waiting. This is the chilling story of the creepy celebrity encounters at the Chateau Marmont. The Chateau Marmont was built in 1929, modeled after a French Gothic chateau near the Loire Valley. It was meant to be a luxury apartment complex, but when the Great Depression hit, the building was turned into a hotel. From that moment on, it became a sanctuary for the rich and famous, a place where Hollywood's elite could escape the cameras, indulge their vices, and hide their secrets. With its hidden hallways, thick walls, and dimly lit rooms, the chateau felt like another world. A place out of time. Over the years, its guest list included everyone from Marilyn Monroe and James Dean to Jim Morrison, Howard Hughes, Elizabeth Taylor, and Lindsay Lohan. The hotel staff, long used to discretion, had a saying, "If you must get in trouble, do it at the chateau." And many did. Affairs were hidden, scandals began, and lives, and sometimes deaths, unfolded behind those heavy drapes. But not everyone who checked in ever really left. No story of the Chateau Marmont is complete without the tragedy of John Belushi. The legendary comedian and actor, best known for Saturday Night Live and the Blues Brothers, was at the height of his fame in the early 1980s. But his life had spiraled into a haze of drugs, exhaustion, and fame-fueled chaos. On March 5, 1982, Belushi was staying in Bungalow 3 at the Chateau Marmont. That night, after days of heavy partying, he was found dead from a drug overdose. He was only 33 years old. Ever since that night, guests who stay in or near Bungalow 3 have reported strange experiences. One guest claimed to see a shadowy figure sitting on the couch in the exact spot where Belushi was found. Another said they heard laughter, deep, raspy, unmistakably male, echoing through the room in the middle of the night. Even years later, hotel staff often refuse to stay alone in that bungalow after dark. The energy is heavy, one former employee told Vanity Fair. It feels like someone's still there, like the party never really ended. Belushi's ghost, they say, still haunts the chateau, forever restless, forever caught between laughter and tragedy. Marilyn Monroe was a frequent visitor to the chateau in the 1950s, often renting room 96 when she needed peace or privacy. But even decades after her death, guests claim she never really left. One of the most chilling stories comes from a guest who stayed in Monroe's old suite. While getting ready in the bathroom, she noticed something strange in the mirror, a faint reflection of a woman's face, blonde and beautiful, staring back at her. But when she turned around, the room was empty. Staff members say the same mirror has caused multiple guests to report similar experiences, seeing a woman in white in the reflection, only for her to vanish when they look directly. Some even say the temperature drops suddenly in that room, as if someone invisible has entered. Many believe it's Marilyn, returning to a place where she once felt safe, a ghost forever searching for the peace she never found in life. In the late 1960s, the Doors frontman Jim Morrison made the Chateau Marmont his playground, and sometimes his battlefield. He lived there off and on, throwing wild parties, writing music, and occasionally dangling off balconies after too much whiskey and LSD. But even after his death in 1971, Morrison's energy seems to linger. Guests in his old suite have reported strange occurrences. Music playing faintly in the distance when no speakers are on, whispers near the bed, and even the faint smell of cigarettes and patchouli, Morrison's trademark scent. One story from a visiting musician stands out. He claimed that while strumming his guitar late at night, he felt a presence behind him, and suddenly his guitar strings vibrated on their own, playing a soft, slow chord. It was like someone else was playing with me, he said. Like Jim was still there. Whether it was the ghost of Morrison or just the lingering energy of his wild spirit, one thing is clear. The chateau has never quite let him go. Even modern stars haven't been spared from the chateau's creepy reputation. Lindsay Lohan, who spent years living at the hotel on and off, once told friends that she felt watched constantly, even when she was alone. According to staff, Lohan often switched rooms late at night, complaining that something didn't feel right. She described cold spots, flickering lights, and the sensation of someone standing behind her as she slept. During one stay, she reportedly ran out of her room in the middle of the night, barefoot and terrified, saying she heard someone whispering her name. When hotel staff checked, no one was there, but her room door had locked itself from the inside. Room 79 is another hot spot for ghost stories. Over the decades, guests have described waking up to see a man standing at the foot of the bed, staring at them. He vanishes when they turn on the light. Some say it's the ghost of a 1930s film producer who died by suicide there. Others think it might be one of the countless nameless figures who came to the chateau for secrecy and never left. In one chilling account, a Hollywood screenwriter staying in room 79 in the early 2000s claimed he saw a man in an old tuxedo standing by the window at 3 a.m. He looked sad, the writer said, and then, just like that, he was gone. The chateau's main lobby is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, dark wood beams, velvet furniture, and ornate chandeliers. But late at night, the quiet grandeur turns eerie. Several night staff members have reported hearing laughter and music coming from the lobby long after everyone has gone to bed. One security guard described hearing the sound of champagne glasses clinking and faint jazz playing, only to find the room empty when he entered. Another reported seeing figures dancing in the reflection of the glass doors, even though the lobby itself was deserted. It's as if the spirits of old Hollywood are still partying, still caught in their endless nights of glamour and excess. Psychics who visited the chateau describe it as a psychic vortex, a place where emotion, tragedy, and fame converge. With nearly a century of stories, heartbreaks, overdoses, and love affairs embedded in its walls, it's no wonder so many guests report feeling uneasy. One clairvoyant who stayed there told LA Weekly that the chateau breathes energy. It's not just haunted by ghosts, she said. It's haunted by emotion. Every secret that was ever whispered here is still echoing. That might explain why so many who stay at the chateau describe vivid dreams, often of the past. Some dream of walking down the hallway in 1935, seeing glamorous guests in vintage clothes, clinking glasses, and laughing. But when they wake up, the hall is empty and silent. Over the decades, the Chateau Marmont has been the backdrop to numerous tragedies beyond Belushi's. In 1950, a photographer named Helmut Newton died after crashing his car into the hotel's driveway. Decades later, actor Helmut Berger was found unconscious in one of its rooms after a near-fatal incident. Each time, the hotel's mystique deepened. To some, it's cursed, a place that lures creative souls, then traps them in its aura of decay and beauty. To others, it's simply a mirror of Hollywood itself, beautiful on the outside, haunted on the inside. Even though the chateau remains a favorite among A-listers, many celebrities admit to feeling uneasy there. Keanu Reeves reportedly said he found the energy weird. Emma Stone, who once attended an event there, told a friend the atmosphere was beautiful but heavy. A-list musicians, models, and actors often book suites, only to leave early. Some request that the lights be left on all night. Others refuse to stay in the bungalows entirely. A longtime concierge revealed, people don't talk about it openly because of the chateau's reputation. But so many of them have stories, lights turning on, doors opening, things moving. They'll check out early and never say why. Even in the 2020s, stories continue to surface online. Guests post eerie photos with unexplained shadows or glowing orbs. Some say they've caught ghostly figures in mirrors. One viral TikTok showed a chandelier flickering violently before a glass shattered on its own. Hotel management, true to tradition, neither confirms nor denies the hauntings. They simply smile and say, "The chateau keeps its secrets." Part of what makes the Chateau Marmont so fascinating is its dual nature. It's both a symbol of Hollywood excess and a time capsule of the city's golden age. But that's also what makes it so unsettling. When you walk through its halls, you're walking through nearly a century of whispered confessions, broken hearts, and ghostly memories. You can almost feel the presence of those who once danced in its rooms, and those who died there. The chateau is more than haunted. It's alive with history. The Chateau Marmont has survived depression, scandal, death, and time itself. It remains one of the most exclusive, mysterious places in Los Angeles, where ghosts of the past and icons of the present coexist under the same roof. Perhaps that's what draws people back. Maybe the stars who stay there don't just come for privacy. Maybe, deep down, they come to feel connected to the legends who came before them. Because at the Chateau Marmont, the lights never really go out. The music never really stops. And somewhere in the still of the night, if you listen closely, you just might hear laughter echoing through the halls, the ghosts of Hollywood's golden age, forever haunting the castle they once called home.